my dears. My name is Sharon. Welcome to the stream. We are going to do some FF14 with my little potato today. I hope everyone's doing well. The plan is to, I left myself off here to do some MSQ. So there is something of a a mistake I made. I forgot to note down where I left Hildebrand. Actually, I take it back. I actually did write myself a note because I knew this was going to happen. So, we are gonna at least get a little bit of MSQ done today. But before I do that, let's tackle the final Hildebrand story arc. I'm pretty sure that, per my note, they may be near the, Shades of... Nope, that's not it. Is it Shades of Hildy? Yep, it's Ellie. So, yep. Alright. Here we go, my dears. Shades of Hildy. Ellie would share with you a shocking new turn in the Phantom Thief case. I was wondering when you'd show up, Momo. I hope you haven't made any plans for the night, because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of the Old Dawn Society. Mr. Manyfaces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer, rather. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mithril Eye's been selling like pound cakes. Or Pond's cakes. The only rub is that it's left me with no time to look into the thief's last message. Until now, that is. Shall we, Momo? The hidden treasure of Old Da, was it? If there's anyone who could shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. To Sunsilk Tapestries. Oh shoot, the people running around in Christmas gear made me remember. Did I get any Christmas gear last year? I did have Momo. I'm pretty sure at this time last year I had created Momo. I don't recall. Well now, if it ain't my favorite adventurer, and my favorite Mithril Eye reporter along with her. Tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help 2 lovely ladies, I'm afraid you found old Wyman at a loss. Old does more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our Phantom Thief could be after just about any of them. I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's got the Sultansword in a right dither. Word has it they formed a regiment of their best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultansword aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Oh, that's Ellie, sorry. The Sultansword aren't likely to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Momo. I'd say it's time we pay a visit to the heart of the Sworn. Oi, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you might want to think twice before getting yourselves involved in this. A man in my business develops an eye for a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I am ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Momo, time is of the essence. I do like Wymond. If you start in Ul'dah, he's one of the first people you talk to. Every city, you know, there's similar NPCs in every city. And he's one of the ones that, in the same way that with Gridania, you talk to one of the people and they tell you where to go and how to get situated, he's one of the first ones to do that in Ul'dah. Keep clicking the wrong buttons. Oh wait. I'm looking for suspicious things. Where have I seen this man before? Halt! Only authorized personnel are allowed in. Thou bugger me with a broadsword! It's the gentleman of Light's adventuring companion and that catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, well, if it isn't the self-styled warrior of light. Tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Heavensward recruiter to land yourself in this position? Only the 'twas honest truth, miss. Seeing the gentleman of light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me to the depths of me soul, like. I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm just like my Master Hildebrand. The Heavensward were impressed with my commitment in my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildebrand in his investigation, haven't you? Cor, why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help the two ladies who united me with my role model. You'll be wanting to speak with Phyllis. She's one of the Sword's best, and something of a history buff, it'd seem. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Belladia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you to not touch anything, aye? A pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie, from the Mithril Eye. As you might have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case and would appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. The pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie. And if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Momo Jagaimo, yes? You know Momo? And as any regular reader of the Mithril Eye would, I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Although it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, would also welcome a helping hand. The Sultan's Sword, the elite of Ul'dah's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Briardian, always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, Momo, a moment, if you would. Right there, very good. Now face me, and don't move an ill. Inspector? What is that in your... Demasking dust. A formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counter-agent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. I was going to say, I would be extremely impressed if the Phantom Thief managed to pretend to be me. They would have to... How would they walk? They would have to use actually, I forgot. This is a universe with magic. They could just use a weird, like a powerful glamour prism. Or even, like, I mean, hell. some watered-down Fantasia to do a temporary transformation. Brilliant, Inspector. The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan's Sword at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? A hidden treasure of Ul'dah, the last of the 4 relics of Belladia. I fear not. I pored through the histories time and again, but the only mention of those 4 relics is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed by those 4 Belladian heroes, but makes no mention as to their appearance or nature. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only pay to the fiend's strengths. All artifacts of Belladian origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust, and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The blackguard will be in chains before he can lay a dirty hand on the vaulted doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, my lady. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard of the recent rash of murders perpetuated by our quarry. The Sultan's Sword have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. A lady asks, and a gentleman answers. Cast all words from your heart, my lady. Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. Did he smack him? And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. Yeah, there's not very many people that can pretend to be you, Hildy. A shame that... Inspector Hildebrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far. The head of the publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh! This will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel? Gutted with a great sword? Strangled with a subligar, mayhap? I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderers plots the death of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly. Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar-turned-butcher delivered to justice. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildebrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single satchel, but I trust you will put it to good use. Don't give it to Hildy. Please don't give it to Hildy. The gentleman of light in the flesh! Hell, he's every bit as muscular and majestic as I remembered! On behalf of the Sultan's Sword, your assistance with the murder investigation is greatly appreciated. Leave the defense of the royal vault to us. He may have 1,000 faces, but with Inspector Briarden's demasking dust, the masquerade will soon be over. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend. I like your gusto, but if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Momo, my ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 sins of Sasano. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off! Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put Miss Phyllis's demasking desk to good use. And I believe... Okay, wait. Which gate should I depart? Steps of Nald. I could have sworn there was an I know for a fact there's a way to get out that door that is, like, reasonable. I guess just put you over here. Ossuary. Ossuary is where they store corpses, isn't it? Oh yeah, Thaumaturge's Guild. Yeah, that's right. Thaumaturgy is, like, inextricably intertwined with death. I forgot about that. Hey, Frost! Thank you for coming to say hi! You joined me in time to catch a little bit of the Hildebrand saga here. I'm almost certain that this is the last story quest line for A Realm Reborn. I hope you're doing well. Our phantom thief has turned into a phantom murderer. But yeah, thank you for coming in, Frost. Flowers. How intriguing. Flowers. Yes, it is all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist, who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares. Just what do you think you're doing, huh? Huh? Doing fine. Got Metroid Prime the other day and I've been playing since. How have you been? Not bad. Actually, one of my roommates is currently playing Metroid, so, the new one, so I hope you're having fun with it. I've heard good things about it. I'm doing well. I think I needed a bit of a break, but I'm back and I'm ready to jump back into streaming and stuff. I'm the one what put those flowers there, eh? To honor the memory of me poor boy. You dare defile his memory, eh? Eh? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildebrand, agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was just saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean... Leave this place! Run away while you still can! Far, far away! Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie, just like my poor, poor boy! A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy. History. Or have you not heard of the horrors of Hildy? Aye, old sibling nature against which we waged war centuries ago. Oh yeah, it's been real, definitely worth a near decade of waiting, and the 120 FPS mode it has is so good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, to be honest, like, Metroid isn't a fandom I was ever a huge part of. I've heard, like, one of my roommates is, and he gave me a lowdown on it, and it's truly fascinating. I'd love to learn more about it. If nothing else, I think Samus is a fascinating character. Although her writing really seems to depend on who is doing the writing.
Much blood was shed by both sides, aye, but I speak of far greater horrors than death. An unholy draught brewed by a Hildy alchemist, one with the power to turn the living into the undead, that this nation may command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitors spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotting flesh and ran him through. But you won't hear that from the Sultan's sword. Thou Lord knows why, but he whisked the body away before I could so much as pay me last respects.
These traitors spurn. I'd heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing. Just who are we dealing with here?
A Hildy, I'm sure of it. Aye, only a Hildy would know the recipe. The last remnants of Hildy died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does. But it never occurred to you that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? Eh? Heard the tales from my own great-great-grandma, I did, about 4 relics of Valadia and the powers they hold, the powers to exact justice. A spectre of Hildy has returned to wreak vengeance on us. Woe unto us all! Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if you'd only become a traitor like your father, if only you'd kept your nose out of those history books and never so much as breathed the accursed name of Hildy. But you did, and now we're doomed. Doomed! Ooh!
Everybody's just kind of looking at each other. Only go back into when they released Dread. Yeah, I heard that a lot of people got into the game as a result of Dread. Yeah, no, this lady's a little unhinged. That bleeding horse is here somewhere. I can feel it in my follicles. Oh, it's Elite. It's the guy from earlier. The most potent hair tonic the realm has seen? Aye, that it was, for all of a fortnight afore my flowing locks fell out all over again, and just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass in the quicksand, just to twist the knife an extra ilm. Montebank, charlatan, I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. Sir, just get a wig. Shades from the Hildy. Living men turned to zombies. The old crone's lost not just her son, but her wits as well. Sibling strife. Hildebrand is onto something, or at least he thinks he is. It's all become clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peered away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Ahem. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and the dead for nigh on centuries since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul, that it may abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. Hildy, why would a phantom need a physical mask to hide what it looks like? But what is the true nature of the spectre's grievance? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturger's Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Hildy may serve us well. Go research as you will. And do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Briadian. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild shall not escape my inspector's eye. I'd be much obliged if you could keep him out of my way, Momo. I have some real investigating to do, and would prefer to be free of distractions. Both ladies are like, well... Alrighty. I actually really love the Black Mage storyline, to be honest. It's a lot of fun. Greetings, traveler. You would learn of the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Sildi. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruin. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, Sildian alchemists devised a most horrific stratagem. Employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn, they brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or too wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it, no? It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against those horrors. I believe there was one of the beans outside, right? Yeah. Researching the ancient feud between Ul'dah and Sildi, are you? Most impressive. Young people these days show so little interest in learning from the past. Anyhow, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with the ancient text. With ancient history, rather. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Belladia. The Fifth Astral Era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment could not last, however. Power bred avarice, and avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. It was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the nation of Belladia some 8 centuries agone. Ah, imagine, a government of mages, by mages, and for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Belladian civilization survived to this very day. Alas, this was not meant to be. The War of the Magi also we encounter the remnants of that in Heavensward, with the series of raids for that expansion when we deal with the Void Arc, because I'm pretty sure that as part of the War of the Magi, the people of that civilization they made a bunch of pacts with Void Scent, and that's not even getting into, there was another city that was primarily Lalafels lived there, and a lot of them got turned into whatchamacallem, so the little stabby boys. What are they called? What are they called? Tomberries, right. They get turned into tomberries. The War of the Magi is a really interesting bit of lore in this universe. You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Hildy. As a fellow student of history, though, I more than welcome the conversation. If I was in the game and I had to listen to all these texts, I would just tell them, yeah, fascinating, can you tell me where to go to save the world we live in first, and then dispense a history lesson? We have, like, a new mad god every other week. You're so right, though. God, like, there's just so much going on at any given time that, like, the main character can never, like, do any of the lore stuff. They're like, yeah, there's, like, 6 different storylines I'm doing right now, and I have to, like, punch a bunch of primal gods. Can you just cut to the chase? Baladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. Oh my goodness, hi, kid! Aw, 10 months, thank you, kid, I very much appreciate you. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. When neither son was willing to relinquish the claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ul'dah and Hildy. But not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. But yeah, I hope you're having a good night, kid. I thought you were doing something in the cafe. Did you get done with that? But you did come back. You did come in time to see the last bits of well, what I think are the last bits of the A Realm Reborn Hildy quest. What's that you say? You seek knowledge of the bad blood between Ul'dah and Hildy. I suppose I can spare a moment or two. But take good notes. I'm not fond of repeating myself. 2 scales, one of gold and one of silver. The gold of Ul'dah weighing prosperity and power, the silver of Hildy weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the 2 nations differed greatly. Yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Ul'dah in prosperity was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by Hildy in knowledge was horrific beyond belief, the power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear. But riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories, and what does this say of the words writ within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that in the war against the Hildy, Ul'dah and Amalj'aa warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet, in the histories read by the populace, you will see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone at some time deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already. Alright, Hildy, what shenanigans have you wrought? My ever-loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Indeed. As it happens, I have learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Belladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ul'dah and Hildy. The 2 nations coexist for some generations until the ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by Ul'dah's superior military might, Hildy employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into a fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Hildy, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Hildian statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem, and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. That might be a neat trick, Hildy. A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig the statesman out of his grave yourself? Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Hildy. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the fallen sultanate. This Sildian connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of the Baladian relics our thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him. Wait, yes, it's coming to me. Of course! My keen investigator senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of might just know something. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You should really stop thinking so hard. You like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? My keen instincts tell me that Master Guguria's testimony will be key to a monumental breakthrough in our investigation. Yes, I shall employ the ancient Mandeville art of parley to skillfully extract the information we require. Uh-huh. Yes? If you've got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passed by. Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all seeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with a few questions. Sure, dude, just ask the kid question. Was it for love or money that you killed him? Yes, you, the thief of many faces. Me? A thief? But what is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time or patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. I thought I recognized that voice. Lady Dorilda! Well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this fair morning? Why, I live here, you ham-headed half-wit. Inspector Brodian, this is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. But Lady Geralda, what about... Ah, yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Miss Stein's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ul'dah myself? I'll just say it once more, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, help me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. All right, I'll tell you what I know. But you didn't hear from me, all right? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got himself some of that zombie dust. The traitor's spurn, was it? And his cards speak of 5 victims. It got me to thinking. Hildy, 5 victims. Aye, the Arbiters of Truth. The Arbiters of Truth. I'm not familiar with the name. Aye, few would be. On account of them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ul'dah conflict from reaching the eyes of folks like you and me. False knowledge. Pray tell, just what kind of knowledge might that be? Those balls, don't make me say no more. I've got a family to feed. Very well. Just tell us one last thing. Who hired you and where can we find him? Hob. His name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me that he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But, murder, you didn't hear none of this from me. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how that all works, but Hobbs got high-ranking friends in the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had all been zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew he'd be next. Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the ancient medieval art of parley has procured for us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what he can share with us, and let us hurry. The man's life is in danger even as we speak. How about this, kid? Tell us what we know, and we don't go Kingdom Hearts on you. Ask Lock, Shock, and Barrel. They'll tell you that you don't have problems beating up bratty pint sizes. This is true. This is very true. I must admit that punching the shit out of Lock, Shock, and Barrel is one of my favorite fights in Kingdom Hearts 1. Because those little bastards deserve it. Hey, Narocon! I hope you're having a good night. I would hear what this Hob fellow has to say. Come, my ever-loyal associate. Let us away to Vesper Bay with all due speed. I hope you're having a good night, though. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Are these actual... Yep, they're actual objects. Okay. I'm never sure in this game. Wait. Oh dear. Well. Mr. Hob? Is everything quite all right? No! Stand back, Ellie! Hunger! I hunger for your brains! Damn. There's no saving the man. Momo, do what you must! We can't just tie him up? Knock him out? Use Asuna? Wait, what class are you, Briardian? Ellie, do you have a jobstone? Is there a reporter jobstone? Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tell me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that one of the undead. 'Twould seem that we are a fair few minutes late to the scene. A message. And then there was one. Sir, put on some pants. Fine, take my brain. I was getting tired of learning aerodynamics. There it goes again.
Is something the matter, Inspector?
Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the Phantom Thief, I've had this fleeting sense that someone or something is watching us. The thief may be close at hand. We should be careful. For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis, secret society or no. Knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim. I, too, had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let us meet up again after. I'll see what new clues I can uncover in the meantime. You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone.
Inspector! Inspector! I'll go with her!
If you insist, Nashu, then I give my leave. But pray, be wary, not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know. Well, I guess you got a joke. Or you'll get a laugh or you'll cry. Miss Ellie, there is something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe, and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life. Your life, Inspector? Ah, at Costa del Sol. Yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? I'll be careful. I promise. I eagerly await the day when I might hear what it is that you would share with me. A secret vow. Oh-ho! Consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let us be off. Mistress Phyllis awaits our report. What? Did you see? Did you see that Momo was just looking in this direction? The news of Hobbs' death will not sit well with Miss Phyllis, but a gentleman must do what a gentleman must do. Some shifty-looking fellow was eyeing the vaults before, but he took off faster than a fleeing cactuar as soon as my gaze met his. Aye, just like a cowed many a garly in the plains. It's you. Humphrey. If you're gonna be a nasty little liar, Humphrey, I'll kick your ass. A fourth victim? Foul have mercy! Were you able to glean aught of a connection to the other victims? The Arbiters of Truth? No, it cannot be! Someone help! Miss Ellie? The voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry! Miss Ellie, are you hurt? This man, I only thought to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only bash his brains in with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you? She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. This man wears the armor of a Sultansward squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. The thief of many faces! To think that we would find our man like this! Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilist puissance, I declare this case closed. Iena. I return this satchel to you, Miss Phyllis. Whilst the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to my cracking of the case. While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value that you'd like to wantonly destroy? What is the meaning of this? Ingenious. A double disguise, planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt. This is Guige, one of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault and outfitted him with an ample supply of demasking dust. It's inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp. Unless the thief was not wearing a mask? Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No, that's impossible. Of course, it all makes perfect sense. With the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise to the ranks of the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... My lady, the vault has been breached. The wise man's whisper, it's gone. For her foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody. And now the game is truly afoot. Bah! What is the meaning of all this racket and rumpus? And just as we are about to make our triumphant return. Isn't that right, Enkidu? It's a shame that kid is streaming too. I would have pulled him in.
Miss Ellie! Miss Ellie! That chatty you said you saw. I think it was just a dormouse.
Hey, don't hurt our little Nashu.
To think he'd literally stumble face first onto the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry. Yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve.
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable. How could we have been so blind? Beneath the mask, not even the shockingest turn of events will deter the famed agent of inquiry. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she could still be convinced to abandon this cruel plan. Oh, Miss Phyllis, I thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? I fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than Hildebrand Me. Mind you, it's not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I had received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of the historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer in the Sultan's Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm, until such time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant?
Inspector, over here.
Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you.
I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Edley said she saw someone in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anyone there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see? It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just...
Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector's scent speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Momo, let us split up and canvass our surroundings.
Where's Miss Ellie? Do you think she went looking for the dormouse too?
Apologies, Momo, but I require a moment alone with my thoughts. I cannot allow my presence to put my men in danger. I've got an ad coming up shortly here, so I might just go ahead and run that before going any further in this mission. Hello, Acer. We are doing a murder mystery now, in addition to the Phantom Thief. But thank you for popping in. I am gonna actually run this ad now because it's about to start. So I will be back with you folks in a couple minutes here. You require a moment alone. We're fighting murderers over here. Accurate. Ma'am, we're trying to save your life. Alright, thank you guys for putting up with that ad, and we have returned. Water-stained letter. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. That's not worrisome at all. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Trust no one, and your friends all the less. Oh, the ad didn't play for you? I wonder why. When do we meet Benoit Blanc? I think the closest we're gonna get to Benoit is Briardian. Cause it sure as hell ain't Hildy. This will avail you as well. Use it wisely. You obtain a sachet of demasking dust. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. Oi. Guess who? Ho ho ho! If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Momo. I was in the area on the matter of business when I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you. You know, at least he's more clothed this time. Oh, so your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you have come across a series of anonymous letters? Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend? Or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. Yeah, the salamander oil I had to massage into your skin that one time when you were just a random NPC. I know you, Godbird. Don't try to act funny with me. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere or anyone. Myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Manderville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy, might be a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist you in your investigation. Were any one thing to happen to Hildebrand, his dear mother would, not be pleased. Okay, Hildy's mom is a force to be reckoned with. I love her so fucking much. You finally get to meet her in the Hildebrand quest for Heavensward. I love her so much. She's like my favorite. I want to be Hildebrand's mom when I grow up. And the best part is she's extremely like cute looking, and then like she's also very powerful. Something just isn't right. We already spoke with you guys. If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet we have but a single sachet of demasking powder at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Momo. Let's say you have a few words with each of them and see what if aught seems amiss. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It is the only logical conclusion. And yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. Okay, I need to picture a chocobo that's a version of Scooby-Doo. A talking chocobo. Oh no. A talking chocobo that eats everything in sight.
Inspector Briardian told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She sure fooled me. I can words.
Nothing in particular odd about any of them, you say? It stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. Curses! This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. I questioned the sword and sword outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father? What brings you here? Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now, if you would kindly stand still and shut up. The fiend already stands among us. Inspector Briardian, I should hope you are not doubting me. Well, I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy. The fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of the powder Duomomo here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying around, would there? He said the thing! Cue credits! What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party. But worry not. They should be reporting back within a bell's time. Ha! Time might be against me, but just you wait. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into a reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be. I fear that it is more time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief pretends to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie had only passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. This leaves myself, Nashu, and Momo here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning my known assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I.
Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything.
Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown. My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. I'm Manderville.
Man!
Doing what only a Manderville
can.
From the peaks of Kurthis to Thanalan, Manderville.
Man, you're the best, Inspector.
A perfect score! You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu. I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you. Nashu? Is something the matter? Just because you picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert the charming face of yours.
Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... Genius, Inspector?
The charade is up, Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie, you look somehow different? Dun dun. Listen, you gotta understand that Nashu is not smart enough to even understand when she's being insulted. This was a you problem, babe. Another two-layered mask, mayhap. But no. This one bears a striking resemblance to Miss Ellie. I was all but certain that Ellie was our thief. What is the meaning of this? So the letter spoke true. The fiend was in our midst all along. My prodigious powers of deduction scream out to me. This woman knows something. Truths untold. Who is this unfamiliar woman, and what secrets does she hold? Seven hells. Done in by a muscle-man Muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers. Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Briodian. Once again, you failed to measure up to your lofty reputation. My, of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. Sleepy? No worries, Ace. You can get a good rest if that would be better for you. I just appreciate you coming to say hi. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Ceci. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite all right? Why, you look as though you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sildene aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show. Oh, and those priceless relics was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spilling the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the heart of this nation. We owe a lot to you. Truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we could never have risen to these heights of celebrity. Miss Ceci, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all your schemes? Justice! 400 years ago, Uldan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait, the histories say that it was Hildy that turned their own men into zombies. The histories lie, and you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Ulda that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder, and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie. What is this madness you speak, woman? Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed sultan sworn we kill to keep buried in the sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh, yes. Before long, you and everyone in this rotten nation will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew. And just what do you mean by that? Oh, how the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice. A dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they will see soon enough, when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the powder from the Uldan vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened, by assembling 4 secret relics from Boladia. 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Sildi, before the Uldan dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. Yeah, okay, lady, just put them on these can house to have your breakdown later. We're busy. That's so real, though. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think. One day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when the zombie powder raid down on Old Dawn. Oh, no, wait. You'll all be dead. Preposterous! But first, you, my dear, you will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all of your rotten lies. I think not, Miss Cessy! Hildebrand! You idiot! Just for once, could you not get in the way? Godbert Manderville! I can't even trust your sorry ass to look after him for a day! Oh, we get to meet her this time! I didn't realize! I genuinely forgot about this. I knew it! That presence watching over us from the shadows! It was you, my dear wife! Actually, what voice do I want to do for her? I love her so fucking much. She's my favorite. She's behind me, isn't she? Life goals. Wife goals. Am I to understand that you are Hildebrand's mother? Greg, this is a true opponent. Aye, this is more like it! Hand to hand, skirt to skirt. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Momo. The time of our final confrontation is nigh. Greg, now's not the fucking time.
Do you have popatos for brain, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy's been turned into a stinking corpse if you hadn't bloody noticed. You, Momo or something, was it? Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet you. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit too strong sometimes. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-ass husband here, and look what it got me. You'll have to help me. You'll help me out, won't you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How is it you still haven't figured out to get back to Final Fantasy V? Greg is lazy, we know this. I love Julian. She's my fucking favorite. I dare say it's quite clear who wears the pants in the family, so to speak. The only one of these three who's wearing actual pants is Hildy, and that's only at times where they're not, like, rotting off of him after he got hit in an explosion. Inspector Hildebrand's mother? If I say no, do I get a frying pan? Then I guess yes. But no, seriously, life goals. Absolute life goals.
Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and look at him! He's green! Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. Find the holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of over soul rags and a phial of twice distilled water.
Send God at the market stock the farmer, and the latter you can procure from a trader by the name of Guest. Now hurry. Once the poison spreads through his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive. Ouch! That smarts! Ye gads, Hildy! You're looking none too hard on yourself.
No thanks to you, you bumbling elf. Now are you gonna accompany Momo here and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to the wall?
But of course, milady! Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Singot sundries, was it? Come now, Momo, there's work to be done. So we're gonna leave her as the only person awake in this room? Oh no, Phyllis is here.
A piece of oversold rags from single sundry, and a bottle of twice distilled water from the head trader Guest. Now hurry, gods damn it! My dear boy's life is at stake.
I literally forgot. I haven't played this in years. I genuinely had forgotten that she shows up here, and that I had thought that you didn't meet her until Heavensward, and I am so glad to be proven wrong. Sorry, that potato's name started with a Kel, K-E-L, and that's my other potato's name, so your boy's dying for a few minutes might do you some good, ma'am. Oversold rags, you say? I fear I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken for. But, my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, just hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend, but the man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for those rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. Gah! And you expect us to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice? Well, look who we have here. If it isn't the Warrior of Light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets. I had a feeling. As it happens, I just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membranes you seek, you're more than welcome to share. My lady, you are far too kind. Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildebrand and Momo here, I'd still be tag teaming with that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. And I'm a woman who pays her debts. Foul take me if that wasn't a Villa the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. I've half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her. A kind sentiment, my good man, but we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Momo? And with this, our task here is done. Now, let us find this traitor named Guest. Why did you not tell me that you knew a Villa the Tempest, friend? Say, do you suppose you could come by front row seats for her upcoming bout? That is not on my to-do list. Sorry, friend. I actually literally thought that Hildy was going to be completely immune to the powder, given how he was a semi-zombie for so long. The blundering Manderville boy is on his last legs, and you did something of mine to save him, you say? Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traders themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be happier and wealthier man. And now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's doorstep. There's a woman with a frying pan. That's a good reason to care. I was going to say, we can just threaten him and say, listen, if you don't do something, Julian will literally kill you. After the events of the day, my father would not so easily forgive and forget, but it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the 7 seas. I beg of you, my lady, may I have this dance? Oh, it's these guys!
Momo, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance?
Heavens! The poor inspector! Well, if it isn't the Lapis Maiden in the flesh, would you say you bid farewell to these preening fops and scruffy adventurers and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty?
Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor both, my lord. Provided you first provide my good friend Momo with a bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks.
You're getting savvy, hon. You know this woman? Bah! If that's the price you would set, then so be it. Take it. It's barely worth its weight in gil anyhow. Now, shall we, Miss Arabella? Punk is a good word. I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think he was this beloved by so many. Clearly this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Momo, let us deliver these goods while there is still time to save him. There's one thing Hildy's got going for him, is he's such a dumbass, but he's also such a deeply friendly man that, like, it's kind of hard to hate him. And he does, like, stumble his way into doing good things. He's kind of the embodiment of, he's confused, but he's got the spirit.
I trust the two of you wouldn't dare come back empty-handed.
Tattered cloth taken from a raiment of a powerful wraith, and a second pass through an alembic has removed nearly all the impurities once contained in this water.
Bloody brilliant! Aye, I'd take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. Now stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking.
See, this is my favorite part. Jillian's not a fucking combat class. She's a culinarian, which makes her infinitely more terrifying to me.
Foul, you bloody bugger! Guide my skillet!
Bothers me that she has what looks like an HP bar over her head when you select her. I hadn't noticed that.
Aye, that should do it, shop its spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him.
Look who I found. She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane.
Boy, did that nap feel good.
Yes, I'm sure it did. Mama, word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the Sildin ruins. We must go there with all haste.
You've done well by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here.
There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around for? The future of old Da is at stake. Momo, my strength is yours for as well, for old Da, and for our friend Hildy.
You remind me of my husband, what with you having more muscles than sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the markets and bring me some fire crystals?
Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see. I believe 20 crates or so should suffice. I'm a warrior and not an Yes, my lady. I was going to say, do this or get smacked into a wall again, my man. I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear to simply secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Momo. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Momo and Hildy both. Oh, to be blessed with such veritable legion of friends, tried and true. But alas, not I. No, only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. Even Greg knows better than to turn her down. It's true. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels. But you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend! Were you here with me? Even Momo could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words and return here to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu! Ye gods! What was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me. And what? The crystals. Where have they gone? Enkidu's a primal. Enkidu's a baby primal. Fancy meeting you here, old friend. That voice. Could it be? My faithful companion! Why must you always make me wait so? I really love that the reward for this is it was fucking dispel crystals. Glamour dispellers. Her last vow. Julian would send you on your way.
What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory.
There's a moonsick maid digging around in Soldan excavation site with her mind set on turning old Dawn to the land of the walking dead. Your concern for Hildy is most touching, but don't you worry. Mommy dearest isn't gonna let her beloved son kick the bucket that easily. I don't know. I love her so much. The real world is watching the frying pan fly. She's just so intimidating. There's some, excuse me for drinking in front of the microphone. There's just some missions in Heavensward specifically that she appears in, and it's just like, oh god, please stop making her angry, please. She's scary. We've managed to track down Miss Ellie just ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet, no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses to so much as answer. Needless to say, we consider physically incapacitating her, but that crate she's sitting on isn't just a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with the traitor's spurn. One misstep, and the consequences could be dire indeed. Time for bed or work will bother me to take care of now. Oh, thank you, hon. Thank you for stopping by, Frost. I hope you can get some good sleep, and that work tomorrow wasn't too aggravating. Take care of yourself, and thank you again for popping by. You are our only hope, Momo. Even in her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice might be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Momo. Surely if anyone could convince that woman to abandon her madness, it's you. Oop. Oh hey, it's Greg. Oh-ho! To think this girl and her sister were behind the crimes all along! I dare say this realm is awash with capable adversaries.
Miss Ellie, and I thought we were friends.
You do well to not... wrong way, sorry. You do well to not anger the last friend. She's sitting atop an ample supply of that zombie powder, and I suspect she's not afraid to use it. It beggars belief that I could have been so blind. That's all of them. The necklace, the earrings, the ring, and the sword. Momo, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much as think of interfering, I'll not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister Ceci is already in custody. Surrender now, and I will see no harm befalls her. How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Ceci and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago, we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, even over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down or suffer the same fate as the old-on dogs you would defend. Ellie, stop this madness! I'm sorry, Inspector. There's too many of them. All in a day's work for Amanda Melvan. The thing I love best about both of the Mandervilles, both of Hildy's parents, neither one of them is a combat class, and yet they can do this shit. Because Godbert is a goldsmith, and Julian is a culinarian. With it being this fast acting, they're like, kind of like the zombies out of the train for, what is that recent zombie movie? It's like, I think Korean, or South Korean. It's like a train to something, where like, you get bitten and you get turned within like 2 minutes. And it was really, really infectious. And the zombies there were fast and strong. Emo Heart? No, that ain't it. Now I gotta Google it. Yeah, Train to Busan. Yes, I watched, I haven't actually seen the movie, but I watched a kill count of it, and it makes me really want to actually sit down and watch it. I have a hard time with horror movies, but yeah, those zombies were terrifying and fast. You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only when Inspector Hildebrand's ridiculously good fortune that you even made it this far, and he's as good as 6 films under. Be forewarned, girl! Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy and you do so at your own peril. I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of the traitor's spurn. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out. Thals balls, is there no end to them? I'm not liking our chances. Greg, was it? He nods, he's given up. It's a shame to lose you, Momo. Warrior of light that you are, you might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions! When darkness falls, and hope fails to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. Bugger me with a broadsword! Are my eyes to be deceived? That pose. No, those are not the 4 warriors of light that I see. They are 4 gentlemen of light. Just so, my good man! Hildebrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has just made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me you've got my snurble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Elazar. Cor, you're looking absolutely resplendent today.
Impossible. The holy water couldn't have cured him. It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. When we heard that Master Zombie Round was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. Hildy sure knows how to get the undead in line his way. He's got a way. I mentioned this earlier, but there's truly Hildy. The effect he has on the people around him is really impressive. An immunity to... I'm just gonna pretend that makes any kind of sense. The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself. It's all over. It's all over. Inspector Briardian, you said there was something that you would tell me when this was all through. I imagine you have no words for me now. Ellie, Your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that I had lost everything, and you said that you had lost everything, and every one you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found someone, with whom I intend never to part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you? Miss Ellie, while the crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors. You cannot say that the nation of Ul'dah was built. You said that the nation of Ul'dah was built on lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history. But know this, I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore. Are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me! If you're quite done playing cloak and dagger, I require Momo's presence for a matter of far greater importance. Aye, the time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh. Why, the long-faced friend. Ah, but mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune. Could it be? The treaty blade, and the true one at that. None other. And I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat. Ah, but I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time.
Is that my cue, old friend?
Thou be merciful! What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent? Abomination! I'll thank you to address my companion with the courtesy, girl. Ah, but 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother, and thinking about how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were there. And then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I know, there she was! And there's the primal Greg unleashed, it's true. By the gods, it makes perfect sense. Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend. Nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu. And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic. Momo, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet, I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. I, Enkidu, and I shall await you at Amdapor Keep. Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for a climactic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu! To the skies! I hope the poor green chicken doesn't feel abandoned. 2 against 1! That's not very gentleman of you, Greg! Come, Momo, to Endapur! This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send words to the Scions at once. Don't worry, Phyllis. There's a Scion here. This is a one-in-a-lifetime thing. Oh, but of course, I'd nearly forgotten we had a warrior of light in our very midst. Please, Momo, you're our only hope to slay a primal and reclaim the blade. The Gentlemen of Light. Core, they were every bit as radiant as I pegged them to be. One day I'll be a hero myself. Just you watch. It would help if you would stop fucking lying. Ho ho ho! I knew that if anything could bring Hildy back from the undead, it would be my dear wife's hand-mixed holy water. That's a world-class culinarian I married.
All's well that ends well, Momo? Hildy's undead acquaintances were kind enough to make an appearance at my request. Who'd have thought zombies could be just such gentlemen? I reckon it must be my son's good influence.
Hildy really has an ungodly amount of riz, doesn't he? Ellie, forgive me. I'm sorry for deceiving you, Momo. For what it's worth, it wasn't personal. After 400 years, this might very well spell the end for the Arbiters of Truth. Whether or not to replace the Fallen is a decision for my superiors to make. In either event, I have decided to renounce my position. I thought they were but white lies, but I've seen firsthand the suffering they can cause. Yeah, Van. He's got like his charisma has like as an AoE effect on the people around him. Oop, that's...
Look at the Inspector go! I'm right behind you, Inspector!
And with that, my work here is done. You are by far the least incompetent associate I encountered in my travels. For preserving some shred of my sanity, you have my thanks. That said, my time in this land was not a total loss. My experiences here have taught me an important lesson, that this world and the fools who populate it rarely, if ever, abide by the principles of logic. This should serve me well in my future cases. And most importantly of all, I leave here with a vow that has given my life new meaning. But this is no time for sentiment. Oh, I suppose Quarry Mill is as good as any. Which way? I think I gotta go closer to the ground to make this work. Oh wait, I went the wrong way.
Eh?
With Hildy. Oh, dang nabbit. That's the wrong quest marker. I even have that quest hidden so it wouldn't distract me. And yet, here we are. And yep, the wrong primal. Dang, I told Kid I would wait. I told him that I would play this mission, or this, fight with him. And I still will, sometime. But I do want to be at the stand tonight. Oh no, Hildy. Is that you, Momo? Pray forgive me. I was right on Greg's tail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention. I'll be concluding my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together, we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave, Momo. Yes. Just go on ahead. I'll be along directly. It's time! Oh wait, not duty support, duty finder. I frankly don't even know what duty helper? What was that? Duty support. I don't even know what that is. What is this? Okay, but this... Do you just register... Okay, I have no idea. I'll have to look it up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to immediately run the ad that's supposed to start in a couple minutes. So this way, if it does pop, we don't lose much of anything. So here I go. Okay. You've always got, you know, I've heard of people having their head in the sand, but this is a little silly. Duty support doesn't support most 8-man trials. I don't know what duty support is, to be extremely frank with you. Huh. You know, I don't think I'd ever looked at this zone from this high up before. I don't usually fly here. Wow. The tree that was... Because this looks like the trunk of one enormous tree, doesn't it? Like the roots? This tree had to have been ridiculous. By comparison, all of this is kind of new growth. If that was like super duper tall, it's like as tall as the friggin' Crystal Tower. Yeah, that looks like damaged. Not quite as tall, but those would still be like up here minimum. From the size of them. And those look like more roots. I think it's really only from up here that the damage that the Calamity did to the shroud really is more clear. Yeah, this is all like baby growth in comparison to like these chonkers here. Well, I don't want to go that way just yet. Welcome back. Base single-player feature for those who'd rather run duties on... Wait! That's how you access that? I thought you had to friggin' go physically to the place. That's what I have been doing all this time. Because I did do the as many missions as I could by myself. now I know. So it's the same as the trust system. Yeah, that tracks. Sorry, I'm honestly at this point, while waiting for this to go pop, I'm just looking at the damn map. Because this is interesting. I'd never paid attention. Like, again, I don't fly in the zone, or at least I don't fly this high. Sorry, I'm honestly just enjoying the environments. Well, you know, I probably should go and do something useful, shouldn't I? The time I have. And I suppose now is as good a time as any to do. Ooh, these are pretty. Here, let's at least do a tiny bit of a mascute, shall we? Yeah, thank you for explaining that, Naricon. I very much appreciate it. That's right, we're still dealing with the Doman refugees. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you! We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task, and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know aught of your situation. Not, rather. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace that one that got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms, any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't nearly enough. It's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us, but climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I know we had to run. The only question was where. And then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took 'em foreigners in, didn't you? So surely you do the same for us? I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, the decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all those who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. Dude, there's probably a shit ton of work that can be done here in Revenant's Toll. Just stay here and find a job. They're still working on building stuff. But we've got nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us?
If I might have a word?
Tataru? Is aught amiss?
Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphino has been wounded.
What? How? Is it serious?
I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone.
That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Seven hells! Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please. If you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got.
My lady.
We are not ones to stand by idly and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their crimes. Their actions, rather. How can you be so blind? Find Alphino, and quickly. If he is in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matters we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalima will see to it.
Alphino is being treated at the Hourglass, Momo. Hurry, Momo.
Don't believe what they say. I know those people. They would only take up arms to defend themselves. If there was a riot, I swear to you they didn't start it. Hey, we just keep going back to Old Ah today. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Why aren't you sitting down? Bare minimum, Alphino.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life.
Which is not a healthy way to think, to be frank.
To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. that the immortal flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
What, we can't contact them and, I don't know, cut off the training? Or, like, pause it? Then again, I know military training does tend to be, isolated in real life. Do I want these? No. My current earrings, I think, are good until, like, level 90. Desperate times. Alphino wishes to investigate the circumstances surrounding the riot. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur, given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot might not have begun spontaneously. Had I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me in the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Rolban has to say on the matter. You know, I'm pretty sure I have a thing in my signature or my display shit asking people to not contact me with free company invites. And yet. Clearly I need to set myself as any other status than Sprout. Mind you, I normally wouldn't mind, but I have plans to create my own free company on this account. Shit! Oh no, it's not in this character, it was on a different character. Let's see. There. Wait. What? Where? Oh, it's right over here. Or actually, I guess I could have teleported, but eh. Now it's not a good time, Momo. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphino, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your Cherugians. Cherugians? Cherugians, because it's like surgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They're damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little incident, I had observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weapons. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Uldan citizenry and the refugee populace have increased since the Domans were turned away, but that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monitors would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Momo. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries at the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? You look as though you have something to say, Momo. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual might be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. Oh, I remember this place. I did a couple missions there. Side missions, I think. Or I have done such missions before. I don't know if I've done it in this character. There's also a whatchamacallit. One of these. There's one of these here where you collect cactuar things because you can feed them because the refugees can eat them. A friend of the Sultan, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest idea of what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees. Oh, no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, just like the merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. There's a materia quest. I should do that after this. Blood! So much blood! Oh dear. Ah, don't hurt me! I'm not one of them! I beg your pardon? You're not a flame? I see. If Liora bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 'Twas we praise for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look beyond yonder tent, and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he is not alone in suffering. Yet I've no doubt that the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me, be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our lives. I thought about running then and there, but then the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups, set us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting, and everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and oh God, it's the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. I don't think I need a 130. No, this is not a good. Shock and awe. The terrified refugee would have you find his brethren and convince them to lay down their arms. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us themselves than listen to reason. Why... Sorry, a yawn attack. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox and all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we'd never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though, if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one woman. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce their plot.
Oh.
The salamanders are trunkers. Seven hells, they found us! Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous points! So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lass, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Oh, buddy. I'm sorry, guys. Are these the twins, I wonder? You beat him like it was nothing. Fall almighty, what are we going to do now? This doesn't feel good, but it kind of has to be done. Because what they're doing is basically suicide by cop. Oh my goodness! Wow, I think a group of folks must have wanted to do that, because we went from not having very many people. Guys, come on. Guys, come on! Don't do this. Tank. I've never seen a tank be the last one before. Tank. Don't make us wait again, please. You hoe bagel. You absolute bitch basket. You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better than a handful of them taking a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others? Reap the whirlwind. The terrified refugee who would have you find the shady figure who's trying to stir dissent among his brethren. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Sometimes it makes a noise almost like a harmonica. They were right then. Ellie? Are you related to Ellie? Oh no, the bean. Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left me with the man from Old Da. The man said they were gonna change everything. Make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got scared. Say, miss, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for a merchant. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Well, now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? You! He's getting away!
Go get him, miss. The man who left my parents ran off that way. You can't let him get away.
Sorry, I just had to write down something real quick. You again? Why are you pursuing me? You ran first, bitch basket. Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous! Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. I mean, okay, question. No. Genuine question. Do the leaders of the city-states accept information gleaned through the Echo as being real? Like, is that something that can be used in court? Because if so, what is to stop somebody from the Echo from lying? Because in general, Heidelin only chooses to give her gift to a very select few people, and for the most part, they're actually decent human beings. But what if someone with the Echo started to become morally, like, twisted to, like, make up lies? Like, started off with, like, white lies, like us going to the Sultanate and lying about what this dude did without other proof to get him put behind bars that escalate into actual crime, like legit crimes. Like, would Heidelin withdraw the Echo? Would she take it away if a warrior of light became unworthy? I have thoughts. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. Are you a sovereign citizen? For the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I gave a cucurion's arse about politics. It was business. Only business. How is it business? Genuinely, how is it business? Because, how does giving people a bunch of weapons and hiring sellswords save or earn you any money? Woo! At long last, we meet again on the battlefield. I dare say Enkidu shall come to enjoy our tussles as much as I. You, however, may not find this one so enjoyable, unless you enjoy getting pound senseless. Ha ha! Aw, some fun designs. Oh dear, I don't remember what we're supposed to do. Do we go away or do we get closer? I genuinely don't know. I guess we were supposed to get close. Enkidu, my ever-faithful... Enkidu, are the bonds of our friendship so fragile? Me? Right away? Ha! I was seeking out a more suitable spot to see my victory, but enough exposition. Now we fight like men! And ladies who dress like men! What about men that dress like ladies? For Gilgamesh, it's transmogrifying time! The mightiest war to ever grace Eorzea stands before you, by which you mean I, Gilgamesh. Prepare yourself. I love him so much. The Goober 9000. Get no quarter from me this time. Havezi! You have some skill, I'll give you that. But Gilgamesh has only just begun to fight. I didn't see what he said. Very most impressive. Very too. I too shall fight with all my might, with all my strength. No memory of this battle. Like, I don't remember ever doing this. I know I did. I know for a fact I did. But... No! The mighty Gilgamesh will not be defeated! That was bad. That's a bad choice on my part. Enough expository banter. To think my fellow complement of arms would avail me not. No more hijinks from Gilgamesh, you have my word. The treaty blade, too, I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hid it. Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled puissance something, I don't know. Oh, this weapon's really pretty. Dipsida. That was delightful. You know, I genuinely think I've only ever done that one a single time. Gilgy. Greg. Be good. Never, never again. This I do solemnly swear. Oh, they all gave me their player comms. I do think at least 4 of them were in the same party. Aww. Aww. No! Ha! I lied! Again! Like a rock. Oh, it killed me. You can take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power, not save the strongest of blades will suffice. Warrior of Light, you have proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment with your weapons. With your weapon. For sure as day follows night, the hour will come when I claim it as mine. Mine own, till we meet again. Greg. I'm a potato. If you try to use that gift, it's literally going to look like a fucking set of toothpicks. Or it's just going to look like a toothpick, rather. What ho, Momo! Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together. The battle's already been won. That is triumphant news indeed. Clearly, the lessons that you have learned from me have not been for naught. What's this you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood? Worry not, my ever loyal associate. For no buried treasure we will escape the keen eye of Hildebrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way was the forest again? You're so perceptive, Hildy. Then again, he does spend enough time with his head underground. Maybe he can use sonar. Momo, what news of the primal and the treaty blade? Remarkable. I knew the Warrior of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope that Inspector Hildebrand enjoyed similar success in finding the blade. Such design, such craftsmanship, at once bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I've found the inspiration for my next masterpiece. Of course they're beautiful. They were the greatest treasures of lost Hildy. To think that they were locked away in the vaults of those who destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names through the mud. And just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics? There was an ancient scroll passed down in our family, left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 Warriors of Light, their 4 relics, and an incantation of untold power. If we could have wielded this magic of legend, Ellie and I might still have had the last laugh. Alas, speaking the words had no effect. Only a Warrior of Light can wield the power, or so the legend goes. Ah, what I wouldn't have given to seen it. The ultimate achievements of the greatest mage of this realm, of the greatest mages that this realm has ever known. And just what sort of incantation was this? The ring casts open the doors of justice. The wise man whispers a verdict true. Asamia's virtue shines down from the heavens. To complete the incantation, the Warrior of Light would then hold forth the treaty blade and speak, "Blade in hand, I swear unto you." The legends differ as to what happens next, but all speak of a great holy radiance shining down from the heavens. Over here, friends! Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant. Don't run with something in your hand, Hildy. Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade, and the real one this time, I swear unto you. Yes, yes, just like that. I swear unto you, then. My word! Whatever is this odd tingling sensation? Ridiculous! Hildebrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought he could stop the lesser moon with his own bare hands. It would seem the Treaty Blade is just as confused as the rest of us. No, the light. Someone stop it! I won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon! Skyward ho! And Hildebrand is blasting off again. Well, I dare say that proved to be the most useful incantation indeed. And so the light of justice that shone from the Treating Blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say, I never expected it to be quite literally a beacon of light. I suppose it wouldn't have been as much use to us after all. And you killed at least 4 people over it. Aren't you proud? Houston, we have liftoff.
Inspector! Oh, Inspector! Wait for me!
Thaws balls, Hildy. First you almost died at your poor mother's feet, and now you're off flown off to God knows where, without even giving her a goodbye kiss? Oh, it appears that a case of wanderlust has once again struck Hildebrand, as it has many a Manderville man before him. Godspeed, my boy. When the day comes that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art. So, in the end, the Sildine incantation of light was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light? Well, the Treaty Blade is some 6 centuries old, after all. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as it used to be. Wait, has Ellie been wearing this silver outfit the entire game, or is this outfit new? No, I think her outfit before was just plain, wasn't it? No, I don't remember. The magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Balladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I would be able to see it with my own eyes. It's nothing short of a dream come true. He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and still he manages to make a girl's dreams come true. A gentleman to the end. The bloody bastard. If that effect in the sky was the actual thing, yeah, that's pretty. Oh, I thought he let go of the sword. What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye. A curious scent wafting in on the winds from a far-flung land. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends. Wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildebrand, shall be there till we meet again. I'd forgotten this is how this fucking ends, and I couldn't be happier. So from this, I'm getting a wind-up gentleman. If Clockwork Hildebrand doesn't quite roll off the tongue, both Minion of Inquiry and Mammon Extraordinaire are acceptable alternatives. You got the top, the bottom, and the most gentlemanly emote. Oh, that's right. We've got a little trailer, so to speak. Hildebrand will return? Oh, he's trying to dance too. Hey, he's just doing him best. Oh, I'm glad he's fine. I'll be there for you. I swear to God, if that's a fucking... If that's just a Friends reference, I'm gonna go to bed. That was delightful. Okay. Here, let me use the wind-up gentleman. Oh, I got an Enkidu! That must have been from the trial. That green is not coming out, even with multiple washings. And then what's it say for these guys? Oh, I have too many new ones. Wind-up, though he has once more taken to the heavens in a selfless act of sacrifice, Inspector Hildebrand lives on in the hearts of all those whose lives he touched with his inimitable brand of gallantry, perception, and panache. Wind him up and let him follow you around as only a Manderville can. Oh, I'm not sure if I read this one for Puff of Darkness. When this automaton resembling the one crafted by the goldsmith hanged for dabbling in the dark arts was discovered, it prompted authorities to exhume the recently buried body. This, however, only confirmed their worst fears, that the coffin was empty. Yay! Oh, I think this one must have been new too. Wind-up Goblin. Designed to resemble Goblin hero Brayflock's Altox, you cannot help but wonder at the symbol carved into the sole of the left foot, the mark of the dreaded Illuminati. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. The Wind-up Nanimo actually sits on your shoulder. This clockwork doll is a representation of the model first crafted in the year of the Calamity to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Nanimo Ulnamo's ascendance to the Uldan throne. 17th in her line, the Sultana was crowned when she had seen but 5 summers. Then this one. Legend has it that Gilgamesh first found Enkidu when searching for a meal. Without the means to make a fire, he attempted to eat the fowl raw, only to find himself the victim of a furious counterattack. Impressed by the bird's tenacity, he promptly made it his pet. Hi, Enkidu! Ah, man. He's not quite dead, he's just almost dead. I do think that's going to be it to me for tonight. I had to work my way back up to slightly longer streams. I'm kind of tired already. Apologies. That said, thank you guys so much for popping by tonight. This was a ton of fun. I love this game. I'd missed it, and I'm both glad and sad to finally be done the Hildebrand saga. Now let's see. We've got a good chunk of folks that are streaming tonight. Sam is doing Escape from the Basement. GK is just chatting. Alderly, wait, is it their birthday today? I think it's still their birthday. Let me check. I don't remember if it was today or yesterday. It was 2 days ago. Goodness, I'm so good at this. We get so Arley's doing Crossworlds. Samhain is doing Metroid Prime 4. Zinni is doing Super Mario Galaxy. Luna's doing Repo. Deku's doing the new Pokemon. Kit's doing Sonic Rumble. And let's just send it over to Kit. But yeah, guys, thank you so much again for popping by tonight. I really appreciate it. Sunday, I'll be doing some Power Wash Simulator too. So you can look out for that. But take care, stay safe until we talk again. Have a good one. Now let's go say hi to Kit.